أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Okay.
Your journey to Islam.
Huh?
Your journey to Islam.
Okay. Well, how I got to be a Muslim is that I had been talking with a friend for a while who was a Muslim, and this person was always sharing with me about praying and how much it meant to this person, and I didn't really understand, the big deal about it, and, and why somebody would get up in the middle of the night and pray, and get up early in the morning and pray, and 5-6 times a day, and why they look forward to doing that. So, but I was curious. I wasn't objecting to it. So I looked online. I found, you can find everything online nowadays, but I looked online and found instructions on how to do salat, and so I printed it out, and I just followed the instructions, and did the ruku and sujood and everything, and just from that very first time of trying salat, I just felt so much peace, and I just felt like there's really, really something to this, and from that I knew there was something there for me, and so I looked around, and I found out about Dr. Kazi's class, and when I went there the first time I went to the class, I knew that these are the people I wanted to be with, and this was just right for me, and this was the truth. So I took Shahada at the end of my very first class with Dr. Kazi, and that was 4 years ago, and it's kind of been an adventure ever since then. And I got married in April to my wife, and and so the miracles have kept opening up, and she might be mad that I'm telling everybody, but we're expecting our first child in February, so it's like the miracles keep coming. So all of that's out of taking my Shahada 4 years ago, and so alhamdulillah for everything. Thank you.
Naima, a British convert of whom the British newspaper The Daily Telegraph wrote, "That Muslim woman could be happier than you." She is also the chief editor of Sisters magazine, as well as a prize-winning author of many books, including the popular From My Sister's Lips. She told me that when she was still searching, she went to an evangelical Christian church, attended the ceremony, and then wanted to know more.
Go back to the Quran. Go back to the Quran and go back to the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. For me, I came from a feminist background. I was raised pretty much in a feminist household. And it was the personage of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his manner, the way he was with wives, children, companions, anybody else around him. It was his personage more than anything else that made me see the beauty of Islam. You've got a prophet who used to help his wives in the house. You've got a prophet who used to serve himself, who used to mend his own shoes, who used to say, when he was asked, "Who do you love from amongst the people?" he would say his wife's name before anybody else's name. He was a feminist. If anybody was a feminist, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, according to my definition, he was the ultimate feminist.
In the last sermon Prophet Muhammad gave before he died, he mentioned that men should treat women kindly and that they should treat them well because women are their partners and their helpers. And that was his last sermon before he died. That was the last message he was ever going to give anyone. And that was part of his message, that you must treat women kindly. And so obviously that's a very big part of religion. If that's in his last sermon, that's the last message he'll ever give the Muslims who are alive then.
The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, set a standard of helping his wives in the kitchen. Modern Muslim husbands also help their wives in day-to-day lives.